Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from the post-millennial. Shots fired as Antifa militants violently disrupt patriotic-themed event in Portland, established autonomous zone. Many members of Antifa were armed with various different weapons. Reports indicate that 2 members were seen with AR-15s and SKS rifles, and there was some shots exchanged. Now, this is quite a long article, so I'm just going to read a little bit of it and stop the page if you want to stop and read it. But a lot of this is going to be video. And you can see there, Antifa's unloading a car. You'll see that later. Those on the right were the peaceful protesters that were going to have a rally. You see the Statue of Liberty in the back, the American flag, the peace symbol on the flag. You know, stop hate. And they were attacked by Antifa, but they had to move their location. I believe it was to an old closed Kmart parking lot. And you'll see there, you know, there's some protesters. I'm going to read a little bit of it, but I'm not going to read it all. So if you want to stop the video as I go along, you can read the article as well. Antifa militants violently disrupted a right-wing event in Portland. I don't know why you call it a right-wing. I mean, the Overton window gone so far left that normal conservative people are right-wing now? Maybe. I don't know. Right-wing event in Portland, Oregon on Sunday, and disintegrated very act of violence, which led to clashes between opposing groups, according to reports. Having trouble talking today. Hundreds of black bloc Antifa arrived at Portland's Washington Front Park on Sunday to counter-protest the Summer of Love, patriots spreading love, not hate. Now, here's the thing. What is the point of these Antifa guys busting this up? And by the way, some get their asses kicked. Good for them. Love Not Hate event, which was scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. However, the right-wing group moved to a different location and abandoned Kmart parking lot in northeast Portland to escape threats of violence. Now, as you see here, drone footage shows the size of the armed Antifa occupation along Portland's waterfront. Look at the size of this. I mean, look at these people. That's what Antifa was going to show up for this peaceful demonstration. Crazy, huh? Absolutely crazy. Many members of Antifa were armed with various different weapons. Reports indicate that 2 members were seen with AR-15s and SKS rifles. The Portland Police Bureau announced Friday in a press release that law enforcement officers would not be intervening to protect residents from the riotous activity expected to take place. I don't know why that is. In other words, you know how Antifa is. Why are you antagonizing them? Because it's their right to peacefully assemble, peacefully protest. They're not even protesting, they're assembling. 4 Antifa members in black bloc along the Portland waterfront. And we'll go scroll down here, and you can read some of the text. I'll stop it, and then you can freeze the page. And you'll see here a small diverse group. This is from Andy Null, who was marked for death by Antifa. A small diverse group gathers at the patriotic-themed Summer of Love right-wing rally in northeast Portland. Antifa called for violence against the group, so the rally was relocated to a downtown parking lot. And you'll see here.
These books are rich, trying to attack me! I did nothing! I've never put my hands on Antifa. I've never said anything threatening to them.
Mic check.
Look at this shit. Fuck these people. Fuck Antifa. Fuck all of you. I'm tired of getting attacked.
Hey guys, can we move that a little bit out?
What the fuck is that?
Now you get an idea of what happened. A white van that transported members of Antifa crashed near the right-wing rally, which resulted in violent clashes in the street between opposing groups. Witnesses believe the crash was an attempted vehicular assault, although reports remain unconfirmed. Now, you're going to see some more here. I'll turn down the volume a little bit this time. That's Antifa running. Do I condone violence? No. I don't condone violence, never have. But the fact of the matter is, even a field mouse will fight back if you corner it. You can only push people so far before they'll react. And they're getting sick and tired of getting pounded on, getting beat up, having their equipment smashed, and nothing happens. So this is what happens when police step back. People take the law into their own hands. They become the law. Am I going to condemn these guys for beating up Antifa guys? Absolutely not. This has to stop. Antifa cannot get free reign in these cities, especially in Portland. Let's continue watching. And you can see Antifa's taking off. And they're outnumbering the other guys like 3-4 to 1, it looks like. And they're all running. All running. Because they're pussies. Absolute pussies. Anyway, let's continue on. Though not outnumbered, Antifa eventually ran. They were outnumbered. Eventually ran and retreated from the riot after throwing homemade explosives to the right-wing group. Now you're going to see some more footage here. Look at them running. Look at them running. Sorry for the language, but this is a heated, emotional exchange. And it shows some more retreating. We saw that one already. In response to a van crashing event near the event, members of the right-wing group busted out its windows and flipped over the vehicle. Now, here's the problem. I'm not going to show it. It's just an old van Antifa brought. And you see the handicap thing on the side, the Metro West. Well, it was obviously an old handicap van for the city or the county, whatever it was. Obviously, it's been sold. And they took this picture and said the right-wing people were destroying vans for handicapped people. And that's the problem. Antifa's way, way better at PR. After Antifa dispersed from the event and retreated back to the downtown quarter of Portland, there were reports of shots fired. Video evidence shows a male suspect firing a handgun as well as bullets whizzing past him. The incident resulted in no injuries. Now, those of you that don't like gun exchanges, don't watch the video. So I'll give you fair warning now. 3, 2, 1. And that's what happens. You push, and you push, and you push, and you push. Berlin police responded to the scene and made an arrest. Probably the older guy hid behind the garbage can. Antifa reported that a man was firing at them. However, it appears Antifa gathered evidence that would implicate their side as police officers struggled to locate shell casings that shouldn't have been the direction towards the male firing his handgun in the video. And it shows the police there. I mean, they basically blow them off. And you'll see, here's the Twitter. It's just basically they're blowing the cops off.
You're all fucked up.
Yeah, look how they talk to police. Why aren't those bastards in jail? How about just for obstruction? I believe the term is obstruction of governmental administration, a.k.a. an investigation. There's some damage done to a couple of buildings. In addition, Antifa committed acts of violence toward a street preacher. This poor bastard. Members of the press assaulted a homeless man that had on a "Don't Tread on Me" bumper sticker on his car. I got a Gadsden flag. I got a Join or Die flag. I got a Trump flag. I have an American flag. I get to get beat up. And this poor guy here, just a religious guy. I mean, he's not bothering, a street preacher. He's not bothering anybody. Let me turn down the volume here. I mean, I feel bad for this guy.
Was it Antifa? Yes. They just attacked you? Yes.
I mean, he's probably got that spray all over him, that pepper. See it in his hair, on his clothes. See all the pink? That stuff burns so bad. It's pain like you haven't experienced. It's like tear gas pain. And he's probably got some medical stuff to help with that. These people that live in that area and counter protests, they have all the equipment to help. Once the group dispersed, though, Antifa started an autonomous zone. So that means you just take over a portion of the city and they tell fascists to keep out. You take other people's property without their permission or consent. You don't reimburse them for anything. And somebody else is the fascist. Now, here's the edge of the autonomous zone. The Simon Springs Park Autonomous Zone, also known as SPAZ. Somehow that makes sense. When I was a kid, SPAZ meant you're a jerk, you're an idiot. SPAZ sees its first official act as a new country after setting up borders. As before in the Chaz, the Antifa will then demand to see papers before granting interview or access to streamers. Then Antifa attacked them with some crazy spray. Now we're going to turn down the volume. So he's just sitting there on the edge filming. Credentials to walk down a main street, a public thoroughfare. Yep. And they're fighting fascism. Yeah, okay. Antifa sport vehicle will cover license plates rise up. This was earlier in the day. I'm just going to turn the sound off because you don't need it for this. As you can see, as they're unloading a car, the red car there, and they're blocking the license plate with umbrellas in their bodies so the video can't see it. But as you see towards the end of the video, you know, the person's got sunglasses on. I mean, you know what? What the hell is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? And where are they getting the money for all this stuff? This equipment is not cheap. Now, you'll notice as they back out, they're going to put the umbrellas in front of the license plate like it matters. But as the car is driving away, you can see the license plate. I mean, anybody could stop this. You're right there. I mean, you could see it. People are stupid. But they get the support of the Democrat Party. There were no immediate arrests, but detectives are reviewing evidence to determine what charges will be brought for any criminal activity. You can read the rest of it. And so it goes. And there's Brett Weinstein, who lives in the Portland area. And will make arrests when probable cause exists. A specific person has committed crimes. Well, how about hiding the shell casings? That's obstruction. Just grind them. But they won't. Because they're supported by the local politicians as well. Just because street arrests are not made at the scene when tensions are high does not mean people are not going to be charged. Yeah, whatever. You know what? I know the police hands are tied because of the mayor and the city council. I get all that. And what's happening is in these big city police departments like this one, the good cops are leaving. And they're going to smaller municipalities in the same state or moving out of the area entirely. And there you have it. Rate Biden's presidency. Jesus. It's only been 6 months. And he's caused more harm than any president did in 4 years. But I digress. And so there it goes. Who's going to go to jail? Answer, nobody. How many went to jail for the January 6th Capitol riots/insurrection? Hundreds. For simple trespassing. Standing on the platform of a statue You're going to spend 2 or 3 years in jail because you stood on a platform or statue and destroyed nothing. Well, these monsters can get away with it. And so that tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people all last year as they rioted through cities. And the response from the local municipalities is always this. Always this. Because they don't want to do the tough job. The local politicians just kowtow to these people. The autonomous zone should be set up for maybe 15 minutes to get the police there, arrest them all, tear down the place, put them in jail, fine them, but they won't. They won't. And what's going to happen is that little bit of shooting you're going to see there is going to escalate. It's going to go more than one city, and then it's going to be so-called militia or groups of people are going to fight the Antifa types, the Marxist Black Lives Matter people, and the skirmishes are going to escalate around the country, starting out small, 4 or 5, 6 people on each side. Then they're going to escalate to 30, 40, 50, and then 100. And then you're going to get several hundred people on each side. There's going to be shooting wars, and that's how a hot war starts. And I hope it's not inevitable. Antifa's been around for a long time, but never like this. And they've never gotten the support of the local politicians to the extent they do now. I don't get it. I don't get the strategy of these progressive Democrats. I just don't get it. It's funny, though. They let them do what they want to until they come to their house, until they come to a council member's house, and all of a sudden now it's a problem. They go to a mayor's house, and all of a sudden it's a problem. It's amazing to me, but they can destroy and wreck anybody's property from simply putting an American flag outside, and nothing happens. And the response from the local government is, well, you got insurance. Unbelievable. That's why Eastern Oregon wants to secede and go to Idaho. Frankly, I don't blame them. I hope they succeed. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.